Good evening, everyone. Ethan Stieber here with Stieber Weather Forecasting. It's been a minute since we've done a long-range video update for you, and we're going to do that tonight, talking a little bit about some severe weather potential for the day on Saturday. We're still a couple days out from this event, so we don't have a lot to really worry about yet, but I want to pass the information along so that we have the knowledge and at least it's in your kind of train of thought as we're moving into the weekend. So first up on your screen is the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center for day 5. This is for Saturday, October 18th, and notice they've highlighted the entire area in a slight risk for some severe weather. This will be a 15% probability. Main timing right now looks to be afternoon into the evening hours. However, the time is still a little bit fluctuative right now. Next picture that you see is the Colorado State Machine Learning Probabilities Model on your left-hand side of the screen. That's putting us in a 5% chance of some severe weather for Saturday. The right-hand side, of course, is that Storm Prediction Center outlook. Again, zoomed out a little bit so you can see the entire nationwide picture. The Colorado State model has been a little bit slower to see the potential for the severe weather event, and it's because not all the ingredients are quite in place yet that we would really like to see for some severe weather. And let me show you that right now. First up on your screen from the weather models is the upper air networks. This shows us the jet stream across the United States. And notice we've got this big bowling ball off to our west, centered around Nevada and into the western part of Utah. What that's doing is that's bringing some cooler air, that's bringing some rainy conditions off to the western U.S. And here in the central and eastern part of the U.S., we're staying nice and warm and dry, right around seasonable temperatures right now, or just slightly above. Really not a bad week here for this third full week of October. That trend is going to continue, that pattern is going to continue as we go through the rest of the work week, but things are set to change as we go into the weekend. Watch as this bowling ball, or this trough, begins to move off to our east, and off to the east into our neck of the woods. So now here's Friday morning into Friday at lunchtime. That trough has ejected, is what we call it, over the Rocky Mountains. It's starting to reform on the Central Plains. And as we go into the day on Saturday, here's now Saturday afternoon at about 4 p.m. Notice we've got a really deep trough starting to build in central U.S., as well as we've got some of those wind speeds cranking as well in our neck of the woods. So I think we'll definitely see the wind shear potential for the day on Saturday, but there's a couple other ingredients we're not quite sure about. First one is the moisture. Remember, for severe weather, we got to have that moist, unstable atmosphere, and we will have that on Saturday. This forecasts dew point temperatures for Saturday right around lunchtime, and you can see we're in the 60s or lower 60s across the area for dew points, so it's going to be, you'll feel the mugginess on Saturday. But the one thing that we're not quite sure of, and this is another closer picture of the wind shear. So we'll have definitely some wind shear, maybe a little bit of speed shear for the severe weather event for Saturday. But the big caveat to all of this is we're not quite sure whether or not how much instability we're going to have, how much CAPE we're going to have. Remember, CAPE, or convective available potential energy, is just the amount of storm juice that's in the atmosphere that's really there to get severe weather going. And the models have kind of been all over the place on this. I can show you the latest model run as we go into Saturday at lunchtime and then Saturday afternoon. Notice not a whole lot of CAPE to speak of in the area. Those models have been kind of flip-flopping back and forth a little bit. That's where the uncertainty lies for the severe weather event on Saturday. Very early to talk about right now, but let's talk a little bit about what future radar could look like for the day Friday night into Saturday. So here's Friday at 7 p.m. Looks like another great night for Friday night football weather. We do see some rain showers starting off to our west in portions of Missouri and Iowa. That's going to set the stage for the rain and thunderstorm chances for the day on Saturday. So as we go into the night, Saturday night, here is now let's see, what is that, 7 a.m. Saturday morning, we see some rain showers starting to filter in off to our west. As we go later on throughout the day, here's 10 a.m., maybe some rain, rumbles of thunder, and then we see a line starting to work through right around lunchtime. The current thought right now is that if we do see some severe weather, it looks to be more of a linear mode. That would be more indicative of some damaging winds, and not quite as much of a hail threat or a tornado threat. So right now, the main thought is damaging winds out of this system, but a lot can change in 5 days, as we know here in southeastern Illinois. So again, here's right around lunchtime on Saturday, as we go later on into the day on Saturday. Notice we see maybe another round of some showers and thunderstorms move in as we approach sunset Saturday night. This is 7 p.m. Maybe some more scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area before they all clear out for your day on Sunday. And that will also bring with it some cooler air for the second half of your weekend. So what we know and what we don't know right now. We know that there will be some rain chances for the day on Saturday. Chance of some severe weather as well. What will throw a wrench in the severe weather plans is if we see morning convection, or if we see some storms in the morning to early afternoon. If we can see that, that very well may kind of put out the fire, so to speak, in the atmosphere. If the area stays dry as we go into the afternoon hours on Saturday, and we haven't seen any shower or thunderstorm activity yet, that could be more indicative of some severe weather potential. Again, these are all questions that we don't know yet. So we'll iron out those details as we go into these next couple days, and we'll have a much clearer picture for you, especially by the time we hit about Thursday into Friday. But again, damaging winds, if we see severe weather, would probably be the bigger threat with this. We only have a 15% slight risk out right now. So stay tuned for updates on that. I will make sure to pass those along as we get closer to the events. And thank you for watching. Make sure to like the Facebook page, follow it, and hit that follow button for the latest updates. Check out my out the door forecast every morning right around 7 o'clock as well.